What if I told you that the world you think you're living in isn't real? Not in the sci-fi, we're in the Matrix way. No, it's worse than that, because the illusion isn't made of computers or simulations, it's made of you, your brain, your eyes, your perception, every single thing you notice, every single thing you ignore, every single thing you think you know. It's all a trick. And once you catch it, once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it again. You think you're walking through life, paying attention, understanding reality. Cute, but the truth is you're blind. Not physically blind, of course. You can see the streetlights, the cars, the faces of strangers. But here's the dark twist. You only notice what your brain decides you deserve to notice. Everything else? Deleted, erased. It never even existed in your version of the world. And you never realized it, did you? Let me give you an example. You know that thing where you buy a new car and suddenly you see that exact car everywhere? Or you learn a new word and suddenly everyone around you seems to be using it? That's not magic. That's your brain filtering reality. Before, those cars and words were there. But you didn't matter to them. They weren't relevant. You were too busy scrolling, overthinking, or convincing yourself that your life had meaning. But the moment your brain decided something mattered, it turned the lights on. Suddenly the car is everywhere. Suddenly the word is everywhere. You think you discovered something. But no, you just woke up from a very selective coma. This is called selective attention. Sounds harmless, right? But here's where it gets dark. It means your entire reality isn't real. You don't see the world. You see a filtered highlight reel chosen by your brain, edited like a cheap Netflix documentary. You're not living in reality, you're living in your version of reality. And if that doesn't make you question everything, you're not paying attention. Let me ruin something else for you. Right now, as you're watching this, your brain is actively deleting details around you. Look around your room. Notice the corners, the shadows, the way the light hits the walls. Do you see how many things you've ignored until this exact second? You've been sitting in this space for hours, maybe days, and only now you're realizing what's been there the whole time. Creepy, right? The floor, the air, the texture of the fabric on your chair. It was all invisible to you until someone snapped their fingers and forced your attention. And here's the sinister part. If your brain can hide the texture of your chair, what else is it hiding? People's intentions, lies, the truth about who you are? Think about conversations. How many times have you replayed them in your head days later, suddenly noticing a detail you missed? A smirk, a tone of voice, a silence that wasn't innocent. In the moment, you were blind, but later, when your brain decided it mattered, the truth appeared. Makes you wonder, how many truths have you missed? How many lies slipped through because you didn't notice them? And don't get too comfortable, because the system works both ways. Not only does your SA brain filter what you see, it also feeds you fake certainty. You think you know what happened yesterday. You think your memory is reliable. Please, your memory is nothing more than a biased crime scene witness, rewriting events every time you recall them. That argument you had, that look someone gave you don't remember it, you reconstruct it every time. Which means your past isn't even real. It's just a bad remix of events. So let's put it all together. Your brain deletes details in the present. It rewrites your past. And it filters your reality into something you can stomach. Do you understand what this means? It means you don't live in the world. You live in a hallucination, one carefully designed to keep you functional. And as long as you don't notice it, you stay obedient, a good little human in a made-up world. But here's the catch. Once you notice this trick, you can't go back. You'll start to see how fragile perception really is. You'll start to notice what other people don't. The way someone's eyes shift when they're lying. The way silence can reveal more than words. The patterns hidden in random chaos. And at first it feels powerful, like you unlocked a secret level in life. But then it gets darker, because once you notice, you realize how lonely it is to see what others ignore. You'll watch people scrolling on their phones, hypnotized, completely blind to the world around them. And you'll want to shake them awake, but you won't, because you'll know they're happier this way, living in the safe hallucination. Ignorance is not just bliss, it's survival. And you'll be cursed with awareness. You'll notice the cracks in conversations, the insincerity in smiles, the emptiness in routines. You'll see that most people aren't thinking, they're just repeating, living script, walking algorithms. And once you notice this, even laughter will sound different. You'll hear the hollowness in it, the desperate need to belong. You'll notice the way the world distracts you on purpose. Every notification, every headline, every trend. It's not entertainment. It's anesthesia. It keeps you from noticing, from asking, what am I not seeing? What am I being kept from noticing? Because the truth is, if you noticed everything, every manipulation, every lie, every silent scream of the human condition, you'd probably break. So here's the paradox. Noticing is power, but also a burden. You'll never see the world as random again. You'll see the mechanics, the gears turning, the puppeteers pulling strings. You'll understand why someone gets angry at the wrong time, why someone smiles when they're afraid, why someone pretends to care when they're already gone inside. And you'll understand yourself, too. You'll see how many times you've lied to yourself, convinced yourself, edited your own memories to survive. You'll notice your own excuses, your own blind spots. And trust me, that's the darkest noticing of all, realizing that you've been your own illusionist this whole time. Now you have two options. You can stop here, forget everything you just heard. Go back to scrolling. Go back to sleep. Pretend none of this matters. Or you can start noticing, really noticing, every detail, every silence, every shadow, every hidden truth behind the obvious one. But be careful, because once you notice this, you'll never see the world the same again.